Hello everyone. Today we'll be building a random code generator. So whenever the page load initially, right, a code has to be generated. Also, whenever we click the button, the next code has to be generated. So let's start by creating the HTML. So initially what I'll do is I'll just create index.html, also style.css. So let's go to index.html and create basic HTML template. So next what I'll do is I'll just change the title to random code. Random code generator, right? This is one thing. Let's also link the style sheet by using link tag style sheet and give the path, also the name style.css. This is one thing. Let's start writing the HTML code. Initially what I'll do is I'll just take the div, this is the parent div, and give a class name container. Then what we'll do, I'll just take one h1 tag and I'll just give quote of the day, right? Next what I'll be doing is I'll just take one more div and I'll give the class name quote. So this is one thing. And also I'll make use of the p tag where id is code text, and also we'll be writing loading inside it, right? This is one thing. And also I'll make use of another p tag. I'll just give id author. So we are getting the content and displaying it. Also we'll be displaying the author. So we'll be making use of JavaScript for that. Let's just give the id author, and I'll not take anything. I'll not write anything inside the p tag. This is one thing. And also I'll just consider one button and I'll give the name new code. By this button, on click of this button, every time we have to generate a new code using the API. So I'll just give the name id new code btn. I'll just take this one. So this is it for the HTML. I'll just format this once and let's start writing let's start styling. So initially what I'll do is I just need Poppins font. So I'll just open Chrome and search for Poppins font, right? I'll just open this one, the first link. So click on get font, get embed code, import. So, and also I'll just copy this one, just paste it over here. So next what I'll be doing, I'll just consider body. Within body, just go here again. I'll just copy the font family and paste it here. The primary font we'll be using is Poppins, and the secondary font we are making use of, and this project is sans serif. So let me give the background color, this one, also margin of 0 and padding of 0. This is one thing. And let's start writing the style for this one, container. So I'll just copy from here, I'll just paste it, right? This one, I'll give max width of 600 pixel, also margin of 50 pixel auto, and also text align center, padding 20 pixel, background color I'll be giving SSS or white, So border radius, I'll just be giving 10 pixel. Also box shadow, I'll be giving 0, 10 pixel. I'll just consider RGBA, sorry. Just give 0.1. This is it for the container. Let's style for H1. So I'll just copy from here and paste it. And I'll just give color 333. So this is one thing. Next, let's style for the quote. This one. And just copy paste. So let me give margin of 20 pixel and 0 horizontally and vertically. Let's style for quote text. This one, right? With the ID. So I'll just be using hash as we are styling for the ID. Just give font size 24 pixel. Also, let's style for author. Just copy paste the same thing. I'll give margin top of 10 pixel. Font style of, let me just consider italic. So next we'll be styling for this one, new quote button. So let me give padding of 10 pixel, also 20 pixel horizontally and vertically, and font size of 16 pixel, background color 007 BFF. Color I'll be giving white or FFF. Border none. Border radius of 5 pixel. Cursor I'll be giving pointer. Also transition I'll just take background color 0.3 seconds. So this is it for the new quote button. Also I'll just copy this one. We will write for new quote button when hovered, right? And just be making use of hover. And I'll be giving background color, some dark background color, right? 0056 B3 and tag. So yes, I just format it once. This is it for the HTML and CSS. Let's go to index.html. What I have done is I have installed an extension called live server. So what this does is whatever the change that we are making in HTML, this will get directly reflected in the web browser. So I'll just right click and click on open with live server. For now, this is showing quote of the day. Also, we haven't finished the JavaScript part yet. We haven't started it yet. So this is just showing loading because of this one. I have written loading, right? Because of this one. And also we have one button. So by using JavaScript, what we'll be doing is, so whenever I click on initially on the page load, we have to have the quote, and on click of the button, every time it has to generate the random quote along with the content, also the author name. So that we'll be doing with the help of JavaScript. So let me create the JavaScript file, index.js. Also, I'll just include the JavaScript file in the HTML with the help of script tags. just key index.js. So next, let's start writing. 1 second. Let me just, okay. Let's start writing the JavaScript code. So what I'll be doing, initially, we have to get the references to the HTML elements, right? I'll just comment it out and write, get the references to the HTML elements. So I'll just consider the variable name code text. I'll just be making use of document dot get element by id. I'll just make use of code text. This one I'll just copy and I'll just paste it over here. So this is one thing. Next, I'll consider the variable name author. Also, I'll just make use of document dot get element by id. This where it is coming from, author, right? I'll just copy this one and I'll paste it over here. Next one, I'll just consider the variable name new code button. So where this is, I'll just make use of document dot get element by id, where this is coming from here, id new code button I have considered, right? This one. So I'll just copy paste the same thing. Sorry. Yeah, this is the thing. Next, what we'll be doing, we'll be adding or attaching event listener to the new code button. How we can do that? I'll just comment it out and write add event listener to the new code button, right? So and just make use of new code button dot add event listener, click, also get code. So this is one thing. Next, what we'll be writing, we'll be making use of the function to fetch a new code. So this is the function name actually. Haven't called that function yet. I'll just be calling it here. Get code. So what we'll be doing here, we'll be making use of the API. So initially, we'll fetch a random code from the Codeforces API, right? So I'll just open the Chrome, just close this one. Let me search for Codeforces.io. So just open the first link, the GitHub link. Let's wait for some time. So come here. You can go through the documentation actually. It is very good and it's easy to understand. I'll just copy this one. Get 1 second. Yeah, I'll just copy this one. We'll make use of fetch. I'll just paste it over here, the API. So next, what we'll be doing, I'll be making use of then. Also, I'll make use of response. So we'll be checking if the response is successful. Just comment it out and write successful. How we can? I'll just make use of the if condition. If not of response, then if the response is not successful, then we'll throw the error by using new error, something like network response was not okay, right? Let me give network was not okay. This is one thing. Next step, what we'll be doing, will just parse the JSON response. Just comment it and write parse the JSON response. For that one, I'll be making use of return response dot JSON. Sorry. This is one thing. Next, again, I'll make use of then. What we have to do here, we have to update the code text and also the author with the fetch data. Also, we have to handle the error, right? These two things are left and we'll be doing these two things. I'll just consider data. So let me comment it out and write what we'll do. Update the code text and author with the fetch data, right? That's what we'll be doing. So I'll just make use of code text dot text content data order content. So this is one thing. Also, we have to get the author as well. For that one, I'll be making use of author dot text content. Let's make use of the template literals. I'll just give data dot author. So this is one thing. Next, what we'll be doing is we have to handle the error, right? For that one, I'll be making use of catch. So I'll just comment it out and write handle if errors. Okay. Or I'll just write handle errors if any. So I'll just make use of the console.log, or you can make use of the console error, anything of your wish. I'll just give there was a problem fetching the code. So this is one thing. I'll just take the error as well. So next, I'll give code text content. Here I'll mention something went wrong. Next, we just give author. When something goes wrong, the author has to be, I'll just set it to empty string, right? This is one thing. And finally, we'll just get the new code when the page loads, right? For that one, we'll be calling the function. What function? This one. Just call here the get code function itself. So I just comment it here. Get the new code when the page loads. Okay, this is it for the JavaScript. I'll just format this once. Let me format the CSS file as well. Just format the index.html as well. What I'll do, let's open the Chrome and let's zip. Yeah. So I'll just close this one and let me click on open with live server. So yeah, when the page gets loaded, right, initially the code is displayed, technology has to be invented or adopted, and also the author name we are getting Jot Diamond, right? And whenever I click on the new code, so the code is getting generated. The smallest act of kindness is worth more than the greatest intention. Also the author name. Again, whenever I keep on clicking the new code button, the code will get generated, right? Suppose if I keep on clicking, the quotes get generated. So everything is working fine. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.